Welcome back, everybody, to Sabotage Everything. We are, as always, contributing to the scene. That is Johnny Deathwish with Nothing New. We thank them very much, as always, for lending their talent to the podcast. We could not do it without the presentation, and they provide us some aura, as the kids say. I am Lau Robishaw. Alongside me, Justin Newhook, Matt Connors. Why are you laughing at me already?
Just the slang.
Brings an aura, brother.
We're trying to be hip with the kids, man. That's the whole point of this. We're trying to be hip with the kids.
Turkey.
Hey, no one called anybody a JT, okay? But guys, it is Super Bowl week in wrestling world. It's WrestleMania week.
Yes, sir.
Which, as we all know, kind of kicks off the summer season, I think, if that makes any sense. It's usually when the indie scenes get super busy, you know, especially up in Canada, the winter blues are shaking off, starts to get warmer, people are on the move, there's a lot more travel, there's a lot more crazy stuff happening, and all eyes are on Vegas. For right now, this weekend, the biggest 2 days in the industry are taking place for the second year in a row in the same place, and for the low price of an arm and a leg. You can be there to see it live.
Yeah. Excuse the... I should be in Vegas right now doing this podcast with you guys, reporting from Vegas. I should be down there for the Power Slap stuff, and it kills me that I'm not down there to experience it live. It would have been super cool to not have to pay a dime. Not to, like, you know, oh my God type thing, but it would have been cool to experience it and not have to worry about it. Just go down there, do the Power Slap stuff, but go get to watch all the indies. But a bunch of my homies are down there, and like you said, it is the Super Bowl of our year, so it's going to be interesting to see what for the fallout of everything that comes out of that, indies and pros.
Yeah, it's true, because I think not just WWE, but I think a lot of different promotions around the world kind of have their big winter storylines are going to wrap up around this time of the year.
Yeah.
Right? It's going to come up where, you know, usually around April, a lot of big things change. Like I said, leading into the summer tours and the summer slams and like all of these dates that usually ramp up between, you know, May to August-ish. I'm still floored and trying to wrap my head around the fact that WrestleMania is 2 nights now. I kind of miss the one night format. We get less people, but it felt more big, I think, in a way when it was only one night, one Sunday.
Yeah. I enjoyed it. You had to squeeze so much. Shut up. You had to squeeze so much shit into one day, and everything just felt like it had more weight. You know, like every match was the main event match. Now it just feels like 2 days of Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah, especially with the Raws and SmackDowns that we've had leading into this WrestleMania.
So we'll go into that about Raw, but the worst part about it being a 2-night thing is, like you said, we could have more of the storylines happening, but now because of sponsorships and because of this network and that network that owns this, people need to get involved, celebrities need to get involved and stuff like that, and then it just starts to wash out what could be. I
think that's an issue with the whole product right now on WWE's side, though, quite honestly, Justin. Like, I watched Raw, and somebody put 2 matches of wrestling into my commercial show. Yeah. And I was kind of shocked, like, with the little amount of actual in-ring work. And I get it. This is a, you know, compartmentalized episode. It was a week till Mania. Like, you know, there's going to be a lot of build, and they don't want everybody out there taking bumps and like hurting themselves.
That I get.
Yes,
but
too,
yeah,
but
that makes sense. But when it's week after week after week after week after week, it's like, man, like that's a lot of downtime.
Did you watch Raw? Yeah.
Yes,
I did.
Okay, Connor. Yeah. How many matches?
Was it like 4, 3?
4.
There's 4. Yeah.
4. Yeah. 4 matches on a 3-hour, which is
show.
Technically, I guess, with 2 hours and 15 minutes if you're going to take commercials out and stuff like that.
And even if you gave all 3 of them 15 minutes, which you don't, never does.
Never does.
That's still less than half of the show where there's in-ring wrestling taking place. A far cry from a few years ago when it did at least... You know, there was a lot of wrestling on the weekly programming.
And this is even like time you can give like the I hate saying it, like mid-carders, lower card people, or like rookies, or just people that don't get a lot of TV time. Let them go out there and have their... Because they're not going to be on Mania. Like, let them go out there and have their Mania week moment.
Exactly.
If anything.
Exactly. Like the week leading in.
Because everyone else is doing the, you know, hitting the promos and everything like that. And they can get in the scuffles and get torn apart. And then let the people that aren't going to be on Mania go out there and entertain the people that... Like, if I paid that much money and got 4 matches... I'd be pissed.
You'd almost rather see a house show.
Almost, 100%.
You'd almost rather see a house show at that point.
Yeah.
I would rather go to a live event,
I think
put on
tickets
by whatever, and see like 2 hours of wrestling with like 3 or 4 promos. Then go and see, like, you know, a promo with Pat McAfee and a promo with this guy and a promo with that guy. And there's so many moving parts. But we'll get into all this because we are going to go down the card for both nights, match by match. And there's a couple things in here that I'm already upset about. But you know what? Right off the get-go, I want to get one out of the way because I feel like this is the big stickler for me. So WrestleMania 42 night 1 match card. This is not finalized. I am not saying this is the order. I'm not a booker. I don't know. Yeah. Just this is the order it came up to me on the page.
Yep.
Logan Paul, Austin Theory, and ISHO Speed versus the Usos, LA Knight. What do we think?
They are opening. Excuse me. They are opening. They said it on, I think, the Raw. I seen it on the clip. So they're on because the first hour of both nights, I think,
on ESPN.
All right, is on ESPN for free. So there you go. Now you just now what's going on here? Why you just give like?
So what does that? My question with that is, does that mean you're going to put your best foot forward and try to put 2 of the banger matches of the night on ESPN? Or does that mean that kind of gets the best of the rest where they put tease them and put on something that isn't going to be, you know, don't give them too much away for free. Just give them something.
I don't know what the second match is going to be. If it's the first match, like that one there is definitely because ISHO Speed, Logan Paul, and who's on the other side? Sorry,
Logan Paul, Austin Theory, and ISHO Speed versus the Usos and LA Knight. The Usos being the tag team champions.
There you go. So everybody on that. Everybody, like the general public knows ISHO Speed. Like every kid knows that face. Same with Logan Paul. Any general public person would know those faces, so they're going to put those on first. So that even if they're flicking through or they do see it, they don't know the rest of the people, but they know these 2 people, so they're going to watch.
Yeah. So maybe that's the play then. Get these guys out there to kind of like, I don't want to use the word casual. I hate like it feels like I'm getting
I agree.
The casual viewer that doesn't necessarily watch wrestling but loves ISHO Speed is going to be like, oh, that's free.
But is that going to retain? Is that going to retain that? That to me, that's a one-shot deal. Like
how many ISHO Speed fans, how many streamer fans are going to watch 2 episodes of WrestleMania and think I'm ready to sit here for 2 days and watch 9 to 10 hours of this programming? Seriously.
And then also on top of that, expect them to watch all the wrestling that happens throughout the week.
Yeah. No. Yes.
So
exactly. Like
to retain, like Connor said, they're going to be able to retain those.
And I hope they do.
Like you always do. Yes, 100%.
I hope it works.
Be a percentage of it, but it's not. It's not.
But here's the thing: with if he has like 100, I don't know how many. He has like 117 million followers or like 17 million. I don't know.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Something crazy. So if he gets, if the WWE and TKO get a percentage of that retains, that's still. Mm-hmm. Say if you get 1 million of that 17, or like I said, whatever it is. Yeah.
I get why they're doing it.
That's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money.
It's not wrestling fans. They're going to watch for.
To me, I guess what would make the most sense is put that on the paid section of the show. Like, hey, you want to see ISHO Speed and all this? Buy a ticket, get in and see if this is for you. Like, you're out a little bit.
They're not gonna. These people that are already paying to like watch him stream.
That's true.
And already support him that way. They're not going to pay more. I'm not going to pay the what?
That is true. And do we think that is all just a ploy because ticket sales were so low? Do you think that this has something to do with that, or do you think that it was always kind of the plan?
Apparently,
the ESPN thing.
Apparently, half decent ticket like seats now.
Once they were lowered. Once the price was lowered.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. But half decent viewing seats are like $600 now for a night, which I'm not saying is good, but it's a lot lower than what it was.
Thousands, exactly. So I'm going to keep track of all of our predictions. We're going to revisit them next week and see who got the most right here. So Logan Paul, Austin Theory, I Show Speed versus Usos, LA Knight. Who do we got?
I'm going with the Usos, I think.
Usos?
No, I'm going the other way.
Oh, really? Going with I Show Speed?
Yeah. Not that I want it that way.
It's crazy you watch us do this in real time.
Yeah, let's do.
Don't show.
Brings the doc right. I can't remember all this. I have to write it down.
That's awesome.
I'm watching it happen.
Curtain up on me.
Yeah, I think it's
going to be
North Pro
well,
unreal
because I think it's going to be Speed as well because they want to set up the Usos versus the Vision. Obviously, that's the feud going forward. This is a terrible place for the tag team titles to be, unfortunately, not being defended as part of a, opening match celebrity thing.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
It hurts to see, but
yeah, I think you're going to see Speed and the Vision win, and then that gives them the juice for the feud, going in with the Usos over the summer to whatever that ends up with. Next on the docket, Jacob Fatu versus Drew McIntyre in an unsanctioned match. This is a wild card for me.
Buddy. Did you see Drew's Instagram post about leading into WrestleMania week? I'm not saying don't shout my fucking government name out. I was like, oh, that's good. And it just kind of it just rides on kind of Fatu's demeanor as well. I know he's not like that in person, but Drew kind of he really portrays that. And I it's gonna be a brawl, man. I don't know if there's gonna be any Yeah,
I think this is going to be the bloodbath of the night. This is going to be the big dust up. There's going to be a lot of hardware involved. Drew McIntyre is probably the best heel in WWE. I think
he's so good.
He doesn't just get personal; he gets just unbelievably. He reminds me almost of Christian Cage, but with a little bit more of an edge.
Yeah. He gets visceral,
with a little bit more and physical, imposing wise as well. God, obviously, you look at Drew, and he is also a mountain of a human being.
Yeah.
But Jacob Fatu as well kind of has that same.
As a fan, see, it's how do we predict these matches? Are we predicting it from Booker point of view, fan point of view?
Both. I usually go kind of because I think if you're a fan, the best option is also the booking best option, right? In a perfect world, the bookers agree with the fans.
Yeah, but here's the one where I don't. I want Jacob to win. It makes sense for him to win, but also Drew has been screwed out of so many moments and so many titles and stuff like that. And this is his WrestleMania moment. So is it hey, we'll give you a dope match with a really great wrestler. You guys can go out there and kill it and steal the show possibly, but it's just not for a championship. Oh, give him the win.
But is Drew okay with that?
Oh, and that's also the thing.
The flip side, right?
He's such a you hear him in interviews and stuff, and he's such clearly he's for the business.
Oh yeah,
I think he's a team player, 1,000%. The stuff that he has put up with has been pretty crazy. But my question with this one is, where does this leave either of them if they lose? Where does this leave Jacob Fatu if he takes this pit? This is his big WrestleMania moment. Obviously he won at last year's, but now this is a big personal blood feud, some serious stuff getting thrown around here.
That's a good
Won
question.
last year's, but if he loses, what that kind of leaves him in a limbo. But with Drew, I feel like this is kind of a must-win situation.
Yeah,
where it's you have been on the tail end of a lot of this stuff coming through the winter and into Mania. So I think Drew needs this win desperately, whereas Jacob Fatu can make up some stock if he loses it.
Yeah, I agree. I think especially if Jacob loses, I don't see a problem with him going down to AAA from time to time.
Yeah. I think he's a fit anywhere. He's one of those characters where you can just show up and people are like, "Oh no, he's here," and you can immediately throw him at whatever.
I put him on any channel if he's on a show. If I see that he's wrestling,
doing his shaking and stuff,
he's doing his thing.
He's awesome. He's got it all over. But I'm going with Drew. I'm going with Drew here. I think this is a must-win situation, and you're right. He's jumped through a lot of hoops. So if not now, when?
Yeah.
Give him his Mania moment.
I'll probably have to settle with Drew as well. I'd love to see Jacob win, obviously, but I have a feeling it's going to be Drew.
Me too. This one is a complete toss-up for me. It's the Women's World Championship match. Stephanie Vaquer versus Liv Morgan, who just debuted a full-on musical effort this week.
God love her.
Very and I get it. She is very much inspired by Christina Aguilera and stuff.
It's okay, yeah, definitely, yeah.
And so I get it. It's WrestleMania season, time to push this. I listened to the song. It's not bad. It's a little top 40 for me. We'll say that in the nicest way possible. I'm not really into that kind of music.
Yes.
Just a weird diatribe to happen right now. I feel like it's just, okay, we got this huge, concussion protocol kind of story going on because her and Roxanne had just a disgusting looking headbutt. And gross. Goose egg and everything, and it was like, are they going to be cleared or they're not? Everything's good. We know that. And then the next week, it's new single coming out. Also the week of Coachella. It's just a weird thing to mix into WrestleMania. But I get it.
It's the
connection, right?
It's the entertainment and sports entertainment.
Yep, I get it, and I hope it does well. I hope she moves a whole bunch of downloads and she makes a run of it. I'd go to a Liv Morgan concert.
I mean, well, yeah, we'll pick you up afterwards. We'll drop you.
But this match is going to be good. I'll just decide. Two great workers. I think Stephanie specifically is very much the future still. I know she's the champion now, but she's going to be around for a long time. She's got the walk. She's got
fingers
the talk.
Crossed.
Yeah. And this match, though, a complete 50-50 for me. I really don't know who does it. Liv has had many ups and downs with the championship, losing it injury-wise, coming back to the big pop with Dom. Still pseudo the leader of the Judgment Day as of right now.
Yeah.
But do you take it off Vaquer, who this could make her like a made, big time deal versus kind of that on the cusp, which she's been? What do you guys think?
I mean, I have a feeling they're just going to stay with Stephanie. I don't know. I just feel that she's a good champion right now. They need the. I don't know. I feel like the babyface run for the champion right now is it's hitting. Liv always plays that good chase for the title as that heel because she gets that that grimy anger, you know what I mean? Every time she gets, something goes wrong, she pulls that off so
she's
well.
really good at the click button. When you see her kind of go insane, she's very good at
the facial
storytelling of going from the smarmy heel, I'm getting my my shit in and doing a little, but then once she gets mad enough, you see the eyes get big and she does that switch.
Yeah,
her eyes.
I think they're gonna try to keep it that way.
Yeah.
Whatever makeup they did on her last, was it Monday night? Yeah, whatever the makeup they did on Monday night for Liv was phenomenal. If you go back and look at her eyes and just
however, a lot of people were pointing out she did also just come off of 4 days at Coachella.
I'm not saying
that might not be makeup.
No, it's definitely there's definitely some makeup to it, but it's definitely she didn't come into work, get dolled up, and then put on the, you know what I mean? She just probably, and I'm not a woman, I've never done makeup, I don't know how it all works and everything. I would have had my face done for wrestling, for painting my face white. That's about it. Yeah. But that's what
my Sephora.
But yeah, it was that's when sorry to jump off for a second, but that's when Paul Heyman comes out and he looks all strung out. Yeah, he purposely doesn't dye his hair. He purposely stays up for 24 to almost 48 hours. Doesn't shave.
To look disheveled, to look like he's been losing sleep over whatever his client is going through, right?
Yeah, I was because when he came out one time, his eyes were all bloodshot and everything. Man, that's
like a method acting type of thing,
Yeah.
Into which works. I mean, why not? Fuck. Yeah. It's me going anytime Paul Heyman comes out and he's doing that shit, it's I know what's going on, but fuck.
Anytime Paul Heyman comes out, my attention is immediately there. Oh, yeah. You have
all of it.
Matt, you went with Stephanie Vaquer. Justin, what do you think?
I think Stephanie as well. I don't think. What's the Judgment Day anymore?
That's true. I think especially now, where we're going to get to it a little later on, there's a whole implosion coming here.
Yeah.
So how long until, I think honestly, it's funny. We'll get to it later, but the Liv Dom split up is going to be a even bigger deal than the Dom Finn split up, if that makes any sense, because they've already teased it the once.
100%.
And I think that's the big story that's on the table for Liv Morgan, and that is why my pick for this is Liv Morgan, because I think she gets the belt, and somewhere
there you go.
Somewhere in the summer, Dom costs her that belt. And
either I want it to be like
viral.
Yeah. Okay. Not that I always want Dom to be in some romantic type of.
No, I think that, and that's I think it's getting to the point where he is so big that he needs to get away from a bunch of other people and kind of fly on his own. And this is the way you do it. I think Vakir picks it back up through the summer from Morgan, but through some crazy shenanigans involving Dirty Dom. And that brings us to the next match on the card, which is another women's match. But this one I think is a little bit more clear-cut. It's the Women's Intercontinental Championship, returning to WrestleMania, AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch. I don't see a universe where AJ Lee doesn't win this match.
That's where my brain was just going to. I just don't know. It's just not.
I think this is an easy one.
There's
no way they bring her back, involve it all in the Punk feud, and then have her come out for her big return after decades away from WrestleMania.
True. Yeah, no, that's a good point.
Yeah, especially depending on where it's at on the card, you want that you know what I mean? Get that nice.
Yeah, I think it's going to be big. I think people are going to love to see AJ. Everybody love to see her back. So I don't see any universe where this does not go AJ Lee's way. I would be shocked if they give it to Becky
all the way
again. Becky Lynch has become a very good kind of kingpin of the spoiler for later. Dun, 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 dun. Ooh, synergy. But she's become the kingpin of the women's division in a lot of ways, where she's kind of taken that Charlotte Flair role from a few years ago of whenever somebody comes in and it's all right, give him to Becky. Because Becky can have a good feud with it. Lyra Valkyria, you saw it happen with her. Now you're seeing it with AJ. There's been a lot of kind of newer talent, because she even went back to NXT not that long ago and did a run there too. So you can tell she likes working with people who are back in the door.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I think it's good. I think everybody's going to be happy with it, and I think AJ Lee's going to win. And then there's going to be this conglomerate of nonsense. The women's tag team championship match. Nia Jax and Lash Legend, the Irresistible Forces, which I think is actually a banging tag team name. I do love the name of the tag
team. It worked.
Yeah. And also, Lash Legend is incredible. I'm going to say that right now. I'm a Lash Legend fan. I think there's a lot there. Versus Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. Versus Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. Versus the Bellas.
Boy, howdy.
This isn't it's not a knock on it because it's women's wrestling, and I genuinely mean that. I just feel like this entire storyline has been forced down everybody's throats for so long. It feels like it took forever to load this storyline up. This match is going to be fun. It's going to be awesome. Some talented wrestlers in there. The storyline to get it there felt like it took way too long.
This also feels kind of like we need to get all these people on the card somehow,
and that's fine. But that's perfectly fine. Yeah. They're all awesome in front of the camera. They're all awesome talents. It's gonna be a good match.
And that's the weird part about it is that usually when you get these matches, it's you get 2 or 3 where you're looking at it okay, what are they doing there? We'll get to one of those later. But Nia Jax, Lash Legend, Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, Bayley, Lyra Valkyria, and the Bellas, every one of those people could have a singles match on this card as well.
Agreed.
Yeah. And no one would bat an eye,
nope.
And no one would question it. So do I think it has the potential to be something crazy in this Demolition Derby? This is there's always that one car crash match. Mm-hmm. This feels like the multi-man car crash match of night 1, because the ladder match is night 2. But I hope they get enough time, because so often when these multi-women matches get put on the card, they don't get enough time, and it feels like everything is very spot. We got to get it in. We got to get it in. We got 7 minutes.
I hope whoever is producer or agent or whoever's helped directing that match in the back is fighting for them to be able to get like their proper time, because like you said, like you can have a car crash match, but if it's like 7 minutes, like the bot, like no fan can digest that properly.
Yeah,
that you need the time to spread it out, and that's with a 2-on-2 tag team car crash match. Now, if you have 4, you need that. Give me 15 minutes. I want the slow build up, but like, here's the thing: is it a traditional, just like 2 people in tag match? Is it four-way? Is it a 4-way dance where no rules are? That's when the car crash can happen. Is it gonna be a car crash match? Is it gonna be I
really hope it's not a team in every corner, 2 people in the middle, and like they're tagging each other in and out, because those can get in the weeds very, very quickly. Just give me all one.
Give me action.
I can't do math. Wow. Give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Give me all 8 of these people in the ring at the exact same time.
Give me. Just give me. That's what I hope on SmackDown something happens where they all start scrambling, pull apart, and then like Nick Aldis comes out and it's like, nope, we're gonna. It's like, all right, dope. Like, give them something, because they took so fucking long to build this up. Yeah. Not the competitors. Once again, not the competitors, not the talent in the ring. It didn't take them long to get this going. Whatever reason, the storyline took forever. And if you're just going to give like a normal tag team match between 8 people on WrestleMania,
built a great, like a pretty good thing, and then they just threw it all in a blender for the end. It's like, well, now
exactly. It's like you had all these pieces.
Yeah.
Also, a rare multi-man tag, like multi-team match where anybody could win this, and I wouldn't be shocked. I think the only people who would win, where I would be like, that's a choice, is Charlotte and Alexa Bliss, because they've been so on again, off again, and have already had the titles. But Bayley and Lyra have not had the tag team titles.
And I want to see the Charlotte and Alexa feud finally.
Yeah,
I want to see that. That needs to happen. That once again, I think that feels like it's not. I don't think it's dragged out by choice. I think it's dragged out by purpose or by need for the WrestleMania stuff, so you can build it after WrestleMania, so you got something going into, like you said, the summer months and everything.
See, I love that, and that's a well thought out, really interesting story. But unfortunately, what I think is actually going to happen is the Bellas have never had these belts before, and this is going to be the big nostalgia pop, because and listen,
well, they can still win, and Charlotte and
and
they can still lead their
and do their thing. Yes, but I think it would add more to that Charlotte and Alexa feud if they were champions. But I think this goes to the Bellas. I think there's a reason it's on 2 heels going into this. The Bellas take it off. I hope the Bellas turn heel. They've kind of flirted with it a couple of times. I think that would be really good to kind of lean in.
I like them better as heels. I like them better as heels.
Yeah, so I'm hoping it leads to a heel turn, but I'm definitely picking the Bellas. Connors, what do you think? Who takes this one?
I'm sorry. You know what? Just to poke at you, I'm gonna go with the Bellas too, just because.
Again. They
How much did that hurt you to say?
They were a women's tag team when there was barely women's wrestling.
Still trying to catch my breath.
I get giving them it, but it just seems like the most obvious result will be the result.
Yeah. Your little theory kind of just made sense. Like, to me, like I was trying to untangle a bowl of spaghetti with that, and the Bellas thing just kind of makes sense to me now.
All right, I just had to let the dog out. I'll cut that one little second there. But so I think it's unfortunately Bellamania here. It's going to be Bellamania.
Yeah.
And the thing that definitely will not be Bellamania, it's going to be the most questionable finish on this card both nights, because this is the match where I am so torn over what is going to happen and where everybody is going to be by the end of it.
Okay.
It's Seth Rollins versus Gunther. The most, I think, yes, you got the main events, but this is the one where everybody's looking at it just going, what is gonna happen here? How are both men going to be elevated? But somebody's got to lose.
Is this a match where somebody can return and cause like a huge
Moxley?
Am I saying it would be? Am I saying I would hate it? No, I'd love it.
Oh God!
But,
oh God!
I don't know. Yeah, that's the hardest one because, like you said, who comes out of it on top?
it's not who comes out of it on top for me. It's how do they make this not terrible for Seth Rollins? Gunther's winning this match.
Yeah.
How does Gunther win this match? Because
I really don't
he's the
want him to
career
just do
ender,
the
but
old
he's not
classic
wrestling
choke.
someone in the last. Yeah, he's not wrestling someone who this is the last match of their career.
No.
He's coming off 2 times where he almost ended people's careers, but Rollins just came back. So you can't do that and then have him go away for a long time again, right?
So he was the Beast
How
Slayer.
does this work?
He did conquer
the Beast
Brock
Slayer.
Lesnar.
But then
Lesnar
does
right
that
now. I mean, Lesnar's
devalue-
back, but
does that devalue the Cena stuff if you do that at Mania with Seth Rollins? If you do it like in the future, yes, I agree.
yeah.
But this like just happened not that long ago that he retired John Cena. So now the next Mania, he loses
Cena's
to
the
Rollins?
special guest referee. There you go. He's the host and the special guest referee for that match.
The host and special guest referee. Maybe I don't know. This is not going to happen. This is not going to happen. Cena takes out Rollins. Does not make it. Something happens. Cena takes his spot, gets the win back on Gunther, retires on top.
Wow.
Not going to happen.
Oh,
Not
okay.
gonna
I thought
happen.
that's what you were actually calling. I'm like, whoa.
Who's your source?
My rent on that.
Damn. That's,
Trust me, bro.
Damn. That's
Because that's the interesting part. I think everybody knows Gunther wins, but how do they do it without completely deflating Seth Rollins?
Yeah, that's the issue because he's you can't do that.
I'm trying to think of it from like a Booker point of view. It's like, how do you
do it, right?
it?
Unless you have Rollins win in some smarmy, bottom of the barrel way.
Like he chokes Gunther out for after like
Or like a low blow. Or
But
like
is he heel right now?
I think anyone that's wrestling Gunther's the face automatically.
Yeah, and I think Seth's more on the face side too because of him going against Vision and stuff. So like, if anything, well, okay, I mean Braun and Bronson, they're both injured, but that doesn't mean that they're not capable of doing something.
Maybe they cause Seth the victory.
I think Bronson's
Seth's right.
closer to being back than
I've heard that I've heard that both of them. I've heard rumors that they're both cleared right now, but again, who do you believe, right?
What a wild way to tear your bicep. Did you see how he did it?
It's insane.
He goes to break up the pin, and instead of breaking and pushing on it, not too many times I've seen people do it the way he does, where he jumps past them and like goes to hook the person off.
Yeah.
But you don't, like, this guy is massive and he's strong as fuck. But as soon as he did it,
you can see it.
As soon as he let go, like you're like
right away. Yeah, it was brutal.
the most. Like, I don't know what made him want to do it that way. Maybe to get out of the camera because some other spot
Was he late to break up
it
the spot?
was a very unfortunate, and that the poor guy is like he's had a couple injuries at this point now too.
Yeah.
Like it's unfortunate, and I love Bronson Reed. I think he's amazing.
Love him. What is that, Congress?
Oh, he could have been late. He could have been late for the spot, or like whatever.
There's so much.
Anything.
There's so much.
Whatever.
There's so much to it.
It could have already been semi-torn. You don't know.
He could have already had something wrong with it. Apparently, he's been wrestling with a torn bicep for a long time now, from what I've been seeing. He's had Penta apparently.
Oh yeah,
like injury for a very long time. He's been wrestling through it. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry to go off track on that, but but maybe it could. That's where my mind goes because, like, from a Booker point of view and just like a wrestler point of view, trying to think. As much as I don't want it to be like a dusty finish,
I think it kind of has to be.
it really does because Gunther has to win, like you said.
Gunther does not lose this match.
No.
If it does, that is the most shocking result of any of these. If there's anyone that is not expected to win that does, this would be the absolute biggest upset of all of it, because that would just throw a lot of stuff away for Gunther, I feel like.
Yeah, and the only way he loses is like a full-on people get involved, take him out, like
I'm going with Gunther, but I'm saying that's what happens to Seth. I love that idea. I think that I can't remember, it was Matt or you, Justin, that came up with it, but the Vision comes in, Rollins is on top for a bit, ref bump or something, Vision comes in.
It was Connor's, but he sent it through me.
Yeah, sent it through your mental pathways.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That scenario kind of stands out. It is Mania. If they're both cleared, even if they aren't cleared to do a full match, they're able to go in and do, throw a low blow or pull the ref's leg or some type of shit, right? They're able to do so.
There's so many ways you could go with it. Like, both of them come get involved. Gunther gets pissed off, and then they team up against both of them for like Backlash or whatever the
Gunther Rollins. That would be a wild tag team.
I mean, that'd be dope. Like, that's a match that you'd never see often. So if you're gonna get it once, like, let's go for it. I mean, I've seen worse booking in better places and better booking in worse places. So
in worse places. Love that.
Right, well, I'm obviously going Gunther for that, because
I think we're all going Gunther. I think that's the thing. We all kind of have to go Gunther, because that's the only thing that makes any sense here. And now we get to NCAA College Football presents Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton for the undisputed WWE Championship, with the unfortunate added, I don't know what, the valet or whatever he ends up being, Pat McAfee, which I just think is the most of all the people you could shoehorn in a feud between Cody and Randy Orton, a feud people have wanted for like a year. Every time they were in the same room together, you'd see Randy, he'd, look at that title just a little bit longer. So we finally get the payoff for that. We're getting heel Randy again versus Cody Rhodes. And we throw in Pat McAfee, of all people.
This is where I hope that it's just a giant swerve and he's there, and DiBiase
something dope has to come from. Something dope has to come from it. Well, Ted just got cleared from all the stuff.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I don't. Yeah.
Is that a real? I'm writing this down. Is that an actual prediction?
Oh, that's something we talked about. That's something we talked about off camera before. Was like if
I'm 100% documenting this, because if you're right, that is the greatest prediction I've heard anybody.
Well, and like Ted teased it on like some clip or something like that with one of his buddies, and he's like, "Oh, April 18th or 19th, whatever it was." He's like, I'm free. And then that's all it was. And Randy says legacy in his fucking promo.
That's why I'm just like, I think McAfee's like a swerve, and he's kind of like the Heyman to the situation, where he's going to bring in another guy, because McAfee doesn't want to fucking fight. There's no way. I mean, he's good at it.
Last time he did, he got absolutely destroyed by Gunther. Gunther chopped him into oblivion.
Don't want no more of that, but I got that, who's been around this shit before,
But the question remains, so who wins?
That question.
Randy. Okay, so Randy has to win. This is my passionate fan coming out right now. Randy has to win for two reasons. I want him to get that. It's 16. I want him to get that. I want him to get that for him. I'm a huge Randy fan. Yeah, and the OCD loves it. And the fact that 09 Randy's back, but not fully. He's gonna get there. But this could be his way of bringing 09 Randy back, being a heel for like a little tiny bit, and this is where we get heel Cody.
I think one way or another, this ends in heel Cody.
It has to.
It has to, because that is. I think everybody wants it. I think he's going to be an amazing heel. I think he's going to be really good. He
dyes hair black again, like when he was on the Indies, and
grow the little mustache. Be perfect.
Yeah.
Dude,
And my original thought was Pat
Gomez
McAfee's on
Adams.
Cody's side, but then they did the thing just yesterday, I think it was, where he went into Pat McAfee's studio and destroyed the Pat McAfee show's studio. Did you guys see that on social media?
No, that's awesome.
They have security camera footage, and Pat McAfee went on the air today.
Yeah.
His whole everything was like beat to shit, and then they had security cam footage of Cody Rhodes just somehow breaking into his studio and beating it up with a baseball bat.
Oh, I wonder why. Because it's towards the end of the fiscal year, and they want to get new set.
New stuff.
And,
Yeah.
you know, what are you talking
Gonna have
about?
a big bonfire.
So I think this somehow ends in Cody retaining in a heelish way.
Yeah, I can get. Okay, I can get behind that.
I think that's what happens. I think Cody retains in a heelish way, and McAfee gets his comeuppance. I think somehow at the end of this, McAfee eats an RKO.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. By the end of this, Randy and McAfee are not a thing anymore, but I do think, unfortunately, Cody walks away with this. Randy's going to get his time.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to have him surpass John Cena.
No.
But I wouldn't be surprised if by the time his career is over, they have him tie him. That's what I think it's going to be, because how more appropriate would it be than if Randy Orton and Cena end up tied at the top as the two, greatest of all time by the numbers, because they did, carry the company on their back for almost 15 years there in the early 2000s.
Man, how many pay-per-views did they face each other in? Oh my god!
There was a time where they were the company. So I'm saying Cody. Connor, what do you think?
I'm going Cody. I mean, it's time for the heel turn. Randy's a great heel, but he's the baby face to get Cody over as that real sinister heel that I think Cody can be. He hung around Randy Orton long enough, he could probably pick up a few heel tactics from him, you know what I mean?
You know what? Oh man, you got me thinking, Connors. You really got me thinking here, because I see how this could lead to just a full-on reformation of Legacy. This could be booked. This could be booked in such a way where this ends up like everybody's on the same page at the end of it. And so my crazy pick is the Cena coming out and taking Rollins' spot. And now I have that Connor's crazy pick as somehow Ted DiBiase Jr. in this match.
Bro, it's like, maybe because like they were going to bring him in before Mania, but then they're like, well, if we do, and if there's any backlash, then the whole storyline's fucked for Mania. So if we do it this
now
way,
it's too late.
If we do,
ask permission.
if you do it this way, it's the more of the shock, and then we can go. Well, look at then they can go look at the crowd reaction. Like it's one of the once again, it's one of those beg for forgiveness.
Ask for permission. That whole legal stuff, we're not going to get into the weeds on.
No, because I don't even know. I don't even
know what it is. It's something about welfare fraud and his dad. I have no idea.
I don't.
Out at Mania. Legacy was cool, man. I really liked Legacy, and I did like DiBiase Jr. So
it was a Big Ten thing. I loved it. I mean, they did just do all that stuff with changing ticket prices and shit, and like they're really kind of starting to cater to the fans again. You know what I mean? Like, it
seems like they've come around a little bit.
A little bit,
for a while,
But I mean, if those options and tickets are out there, fucking use them.
Yeah,
guys.
There's so much they could be doing better.
Yeah.
With how much money they have behind the presentation now, if they could just steer the ship right on how to treat the fans, they could really skyrocket this.
And they already know if something doesn't work, they just play it up. Like the whole heel thing with John Cena. He just came out, apologized. Oh, I'm a face again. Yeah, no, it's all good. So, I mean, like, if it doesn't work.
Like you can in comic books. You can retcon things in 20 minutes.
I hated that.
I don't like it, but at least you can get out.
Yeah. There's it's just like you said, it's wrestling is just like comics in a way. You can just be like, hey, okay, well, this is what's legit now. This is what's the story now.
And speaking of comic books, the Hulk and Thor are going to fight on night 2. Because the first match that I have listed on the card is the one that I am most excited about. It is the match that I am watching WrestleMania Night 2 live. Night 1, I will watch it after it's on, for sure. But Sunday Night Mania, I am tuning in at the drop of a hat for Oba Femi to get his just desserts, and I hope in what is a Dragon Ball Z-esque fight.
Bro. That's the ring you need to collapse. That's the one where you need to collapse the ring.
This is a real fight. I am in. They've got me hook, line, and sinker. I'll buy the beads when they put them out on WWE Shop. I don't care. I'm all in on Oba Femi. I think that this is like what blueprint of a wrestler should look like in his position. Just this massive dude who has an amazing move set. It's not just like throwing P. He can actually go. He can go distance. He can do power stuff. He's crazy good on NXT. I just hope that what has happened before doesn't happen again. And he runs into a brick wall known as Brock Lesnar that has killed many a push. So I am really praying and hoping and picking Obafemi, but man, could I see it go the opposite way. What do you think, Justin?
Here's I don't think Brock is the issue when it comes to those things of like.
Oh, I agree.
You know what I mean? It's been the bookers of the time that have made the decisions, and Brock is a business guy, and he's just going to do what is asked of him to a degree, I guess. Like he also wants to do what he wants to do. I think Oba's over. Oh. Is there a funky way? I don't think so. I think it needs to be a clean. It needs to be because when he came out, when his music hit first, I went, oh, this is going to be cool. Yeah. And then the pop up. And as we hit the pop-up, I went, oh, shit, right before Michael Cole went, oh, shit. I was like, yeah, I completely agree. This was not what I expected. And he just went right into it. Like, Emily saw it. She was pumped. She's like, oh, this is going to be awesome.
That is the first time, and I did research. I went back and I watched the tape. That was the first time in a very, very, very long time that they showed Brock Lesnar's character show any kind of fear. Yeah, they had that shot of him up against the barricade looking in the ring, and for the first time you could see in his eyes like, what the hell is that thing? Just who is this guy? And same with Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman has done so much in the past couple weeks to get a bunch of different people over. Like, that man can
he's the best.
He can do like more with a 5-minute promo than some guys can do with a 30-minute match to get something over. It's really amazing.
He's incredible.
But he sold this as if like two deities are gonna fight each other. It's really interesting to see. But Connors, what do you think? Does this end with Oba like it should, or do you think it goes the way of the streak?
Like it should. I'm going with Oba. Just if he can. I have to go with Oba right now. There's just the way they set it up. I feel like it's leaning towards Oba, and Brock's kind of like, this could be Brock's passing of the torch type thing. You know what I mean? His last big hoorah.
Yeah. And I also think here's the thing about this that I wonder, though. Obviously, this is speculative, and we're looking at like months later booking. If Oba wins this launches him right up to whoever wins Punk Reigns, right?
Yeah. That's what I mean. Because in my mind, it's a full-on rocket strap if he wins.
If you take out Lesnar at Mania in a fashion of which I think everyone is expecting. At this point, it's easy to say in a fashion that's going to be, clean, explosive. Brock Lesnar's going to get 2 or 3 F5s in there. Don't get me wrong, but it's going to end in a very clean 1, 2, 3.
How long? Okay. I want to bet more. Not bet, but I want to. What's the time? How long do you think it's going?
SummerSlam.
No. Sorry, no.
How long do you think this match is?
You want bell to bell or curtain to curtain,
when brother? When get the belt? Because I'm thinking he beats Brock at Mania. They build him up to SummerSlam, and then he beats whoever's got the belt at the time. Yeah. But match length.
I go 15.
Well, it's definitely not going to be Goldberg. It's not going to be like 2 minutes.
But anything over 15 minutes. Yeah,
is not happening.
I would. My mind hit 7 as well, but 7. I mean. It's like you look at things from a certain way, and then it's like when it comes to Mania, it does not matter because like they did a match that was 18 seconds.
Yeah. It does.
But title change, that was 18 seconds.
I think they know they have to treat this with a little bit more.
I agree. No, I agree 100%. Like I wanted to hit the 10-minute mark.
Here's what I would think happens. I hope they have I hope they go shot for shot. Yeah. I hope that it gets to a point where like they're both trying to hit finishers and they just can't. They go they go like 7 minutes, and then Brock finally hits like 2 F5s in a row, and the crowd just goes dead, and everyone's like, "That's it." 1,
2-9.
Oba kicks out. Oba kicks out, and it's one or two real quick after two. Brock did it 1,000 times with other people, and if they're setting him up as the new Brock Lesnar, he kicks out after all that time, and Brock doesn't even have him close to a near fall, and then you just see Brock kind of like have that breakdown. Oba gets up, finishes him. 1, 2, 3, 10 minutes tied up in a bow. If you're going past 7, do something like that, because I don't want to see 7 minutes of everybody, got set their stock to 10 on the finisher stock in SmackDown versus Raw, and then just, F5 powerbomb. I don't want to see that. Like, tell a little bit of a better story than that for something.
I agree. And these are two big men that are capable of it. And sure, like Brock Lesnar has done like a lot of just go in and squash and kill. But when you look at the opponents that he's faced at that time, it has to be.
Yeah.
Like as much as it killed me, absolutely killed me to see Kofi lose that fast.
I was there. I was in the arena. I watched.
No, oh man,
I'm Toronto.
If they had,
Toronto, and I watched the NXT takeover that weekend, and I watched that SummerSlam, and everybody in that arena knew what was going to happen. Everybody else. Everybody knew that Kofi is marching out to die, and that's the thing. Yeah. This is the first time in a long time where a Brock Lesnar feud doesn't have me thinking that way, and it's so refreshing to see him going into something where it's like, no. We're all pretty sure it's actually going to be the opposite, and this man's about to get like spirit bombed into oblivion. I really hope it is. Everybody's going with Oba. Thankfully, I was going to have some serious conversation.
Completely. Okay, I completely agree that it's definitely Oba. Yeah, it's time. It's time.
And the next match that we have is the one that I was talking about earlier when I said. This just seems like the most mixed bag of individuals to be thrown into an Intercontinental Championship ladder match.
Yeah.
You've got Penta versus Javon Evans versus Dragon Lee versus JD McDonough versus Rusev versus Rey Mysterio in a ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship. Do I think this is going to be amazing? Yes. Do I have any idea why McDonough and Rusev are in here and how all these gentlemen ended up in this match? No. It kind of seems like Penta came out and said, I want fight, and everyone else came out and said, I will fight. And that's the build.
Basically. JD makes more sense to me than Rusev. Rusev, I love Rusev.
Me too.
I love that he's teasing I haven't seen him on TV in a minute. Not saying he hasn't been on TV, I just haven't seen.
He hasn't been on much, and that's why a lot of people are confused. He hasn't been used a whole lot on screen, on event and stuff, right? But
he's got but the last couple times I did see him on Raw or SmackDown, he had a shirt on, but underneath the shirt it was open, and he had the Rusev Day shirt.
Man,
it's like, bro, that's what needs to happen. That's what everybody wants.
T-shirt. I bought a Rusev Day T-shirt at a house show that I went to, and I still have it proudly. I think that was a great gimmick. I
100 that, and when the table got beat up, I think it was part of the United League of Nations or whatever they
oh god, yeah.
He took one of the old monitors before it was a new one, and it was the old monitor, and he started calling himself the TV champion.
Yes.
Yeah. And he was just walking around with his monitor, and that was obviously on the fly. That is
very funny.
That is gold. Give me that stuff. Yes, he's a monster. But okay, when you have, and we just talked about it, when you have Oba Femi and Brock Lesnar going at it, you have your monsters, you know what I mean? So if you have a guy that can be a monster, okay, well, he can't be the entire time, because then what are you going to do? Make him run through the entire card, and then eventually what happens, right? So it sucks, because I want to see him go in there and beat the shit out of people, but then you also want to go in and see him do Rusev Day, because that shit's awesome.
Yeah, and it's hard because everybody in this kind of doesn't have a whole lot to do right now. Storyline wise, Penta, obviously he's the champion, so he has stuff to do, because whoever comes up, he can fight them, and he's a merch machine and a great in-ring talent. Javon Evans is a human Energizer Bunny type character who's just doing absolutely insane stuff for his age, and is going to go, he's a modern day Jeff Hardy in many ways.
What did you say his name was?
Javon Evans.
Okay, for some reason, I don't know why. An email popped up. Sorry, for a second I thought you called him Rashad Evans, and I was like, didn't like an announcer fuck up his name? Like, didn't like an announcer fuck up his name like not too long ago? Because sorry.
I think there was something like that.
There was, yeah.
And then you got JD McDonough, the kind of like, the black sheep of the Judgment Day with not a whole lot to do.
But can do so much.
And Rey Mysterio. Oh, JD McDonough is an amazing talent and has done so much on the indies, but you just haven't seen a whole lot of him in WWE outside of tag team stuff, right? Yeah. You don't see him in a lot of singles. So, and Rey Mysterio, who is Rey Mysterio, first ballot Hall of Famer. Incredible.
That's your boy.
I don't know who wins this one. I want to say they give Rusev his Zack Ryder moment and have him go up and win it just like Ryder did, kind of that guy, and then he comes in and he wins.
Yeah.
But I don't think it goes down like that, and I honestly wouldn't be surprised if Penta retained.
I'd be okay with Penta retaining. I'm a Penta.
Yeah, I like Penta. It would kind of make sense to me for him to retain, but at the same time, like Javon Evans right now is like.
I would not judge you. Is that your pick? Because I wouldn't judge you if it was, quite honestly.
I'm riding the blade on Penta and Evans. I'm probably going to lean with Evans right now, especially if Penta's actually hurt.
I don't think that's a bad call. And you know what? We're gonna have our first one where we go all three different ways here, because I am gonna say Rusev.
Whoa!
I think it's weird for him to be there. Yeah. It's just weird enough that he's there that it makes me think he's there for a very specific reason. So I don't know if he comes up big pop for Rusev Day, and like I said, he just does the Zack Ryder thing where he wins and gets this match. I think he would get a ridiculous pop if he wins.
Oh, he'd get a huge pop.
I think the only one that would get a bigger pop than him for winning it would be Rey Mysterio, and I don't think Rey wins over all these young guys. I don't think he's the kind of guy who's going to take the W here, especially if it doesn't lead to something bigger later on down the road, because from what I've heard, his retirement plans are he wants to obviously wrestle Dom. He wants Dom to be.
Oh, that has to be.
So
that has to be.
How the Intercontinental Championship gets him anywhere close to that. I guess Dom lost it because of the Danhausen curse. Maybe. So I don't know.
There's ways to do it, but
yeah, I don't know. I'm sticking with Javon.
Yeah.
I thought Ray was injured, so when he came out to just randomly announce and put himself in the match, I was like, because I literally, when he came out, me and Emily were watching the clip, and I was like, oh, I guess he's coming out to be like, hey guys, looking forward to the match, because I was like, he's injured. I looked right at him, I was like, he's injured, and he's like, I'm in the match. I went, what did I read? Like,
don't get me wrong, I'll never be upset to see Rey Mysterio,
brother. I love him,
and especially in a ladder match, because you got 1, 2, 3 luchadors, and the other 2 people are cruiserweights. The only person in this that isn't a cruiserweight is Rusev. So between the 3 luchadors and then JD McDonough and Javon Evans, this is going to be madness. Like, this is going to be insanity for sure. I think if there's any logical explanation, I don't know if they've announced who's opening night 2, but if it's not Oba and Brock, it should be this.
Oh, I thought that was the opener. I thought they
I don't know. I don't know if there's a list on what is going to be the opener, the free openers on ESPN, but I know it's probably not going to be the opener, and that's Jade Cargill versus Rhea Ripley, which is what's next on our card here.
You don't think that's going to be an opener?
I don't think that's going to be an opener. No, I think that's going to be close to the end, because I think they're going to give these 2 a lot of time. Because I think that's the big thing with Jade that a lot of people are saying, is that she kind of can't go the distance. But she's had this belt for a while. She's been on a bit of a tear. I think this is a put up or shut up moment in Jade Cargill's kind of title run here, where either you go out and you have a banging 15 to 20 minute match with Rhea at Mania, and if you can't do that, maybe you shouldn't have the title, kind of thing. I think Jade Cargill as a package is fantastic. Any company is looking at somebody like that, and you're like, oh yeah, that's going to make money. Gigantic, insane shape, comes out with the Marvel cosplays, like, top 1% of in shape in the world, probably, like that kind of an athlete.
Looks like an action figure.
But you're up against one of the most over people on the planet.
Yeah.
Literally, yeah.
Like in all regards, in all genres and
men, women,
demographics.
Does not matter. Yeah, like.
So with that said, I'll give you my prediction because it kind of leans into that. So I think Jade keeps it because Rhea's going to take off and do some movies for a while.
Do some move. Oh, she is doing Terrifier, right?
There you go.
That's a good point there, Matt.
That is a good point. That is a good point.
And like I don't know if it's because of the injuries or whatever, but she did lose a bit of weight. Like she kind of slimmed down a little bit. So
yeah.
Yeah, I always take it as like she definitely. Well, she probably did cut for the movie. Now you're thinking about it, but. Like last year and the year before, you notice a lot of wrestlers wrestling with t-shirts on going up to Mania, and it's because Triple H is a body guy and he understands that to get bigger you need to be bigger and then cut. So that's like a lot of the time last year, like Jacob Fatu right before Mania was wrestling in a shirt and then came out and he was just fucking, you know what I mean? So I thought it was for that. I had no idea. I heard that she was going to go do stuff with Terrifier, but I didn't put two and two together for that.
Yeah,
so
I've heard that she's the next Terrifier. She's going to be like one of the main roles in it. But in any rate, I also have Jade taking this because I think they are putting a lot of stake in Jade, whether that be for good or for bad. I think they're going to have her retain in, like I said, a 15 to 20 minute romp, and whether that's really good or really bad, obviously the decision is made before she gets out there. But I hope it goes well for her. I was a really big fan of hers in AEW when they had her on the Goldberg run, when they had her just like, come out, destroy, leave. I think it was really good, but you could only do that for so long, because I think at that point when she came into AEW, she'd only been a professional wrestler for like 1 calendar year. Like 1 calendar year from the first time she took a bump, she was on AEW television. Yep. Which is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's times where she says stuff and it's like it takes me into it, where it's like, is she being real here? Is she being
Yeah, they've been all over social media with this one as well.
Yeah, and it's just one of those things again where it's like, okay, you're doing a good job. If it is a work, you're doing a really, really good job, because I'm questioning. I'm going, do they hate each other? Yeah. Like, I'm sure that there's like, they're not homies, but
do you really hate each other as much as you're letting on online?
Yeah, and it's like, don't get me wrong, the hate brings in the money. Like the questioning of, do these two people actually hate each other? Are they going to beat the shit out of each other? Can Jade pull off the match? And
Rhea's the one to be able to give her the match she needs, I think.
Agreed.
Totally agree.
Given the size,
especially because Rhea is similar in size to her as well.
Yeah.
Like, there's only so many women on the roster that could lift up and throw around Jade Cargill, Rhea being one of them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And once Rhea does that in that match, it's gonna blow the roof off the place. And then when Jade defeats Rhea, that's gonna just bring it way down and give her that heat to run with that belt. It's gonna be good.
Yeah. I want Rhea to win. And that was going to be my vote until Connor said the movie thing. And I went, oh, shit. That's a really, really good point. I think Jade's going to retain. And if she does, it's there's going to be a lot of surprise, because, like, my fan side is like, oh, she's not wrestling, she's got the other people wrestling for her, all these things. And then it goes, well, are they doing that because they're saving her for when it really starts to go down? And then she just comes out of nowhere and everyone's like, oh, okay, crazy. Like, one of those moments.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I think we're all on the Jade train here. This night 2, just a little dive. This night feels, if this makes any sense, more WrestleMania-y than night 1. And it feels like the last couple of years that has been the case. Because night one, you got the speed match.
Yeah.
You've got, the women's tag team, which is either going to be really good or really bad. The only two matches where I'm like, I have to see this cover to cover are Jacob and Drew and Cody and Randy.
Yeah.
Night, you've got like Oba and Brock. You've got the 7-way ladder match. You've got Jade and Rhea, which is another kind of two big Herculean figures crashing together. And then you've got this next match, which is also one I'm very excited about. Sami Zayn versus Trick Williams.
What a great... Have they not made it the triple threat?
No. As far as my latest... As far as
I thought they were going in to make that a triple threat.
Would that have been on SmackDown, right?
Well, they still have a day to do it. Yeah, they can still do it.
Change because it's still good. But as of 22 hours ago, this is the card, and it only has those two.
Man, because having that taken off Carmelo like that.
Yeah.
Not a fan.
Here's the thing. Even if Carmelo was in this, my pick stays the same because I think this is the coronation of Trick Williams.
Oh, my vote, we'll get that away right away. My vote's Trick. And they didn't want Carmelo to lose it at Mania.
Yeah.
Because it would diminish him. Sammy's such a great fucking wrestler, and he's so over anyways. And like, as much as he tries to come out and play like the good guy stuff right now, even when he comes out, the crowd is like, nah.
Well, he said in his last promo, like, you guys are booing me and I truly don't care. Like, he's to that point now where he's just kind of like, I'm going to do what I'm going to do and you guys can either love it or hate it.
Yeah, and the crowd is just like, we want Trick.
Yeah.
And I get it.
You're bang on, too. They're saving, follow me here, they're saving the Trick versus Carmelo thing for a whole feud. Because that's the NXT, right? Like that is Johnny. That is this version of NXT's Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa in many ways.
Yeah,
that's the way I look at it. That is the kind of dynamic you've got here. So you're gonna get Trick pick it up at Mania, then you're gonna have face Trick and heel Carmelo, where Carmelo's gonna say exactly what you just said. This got taken off of me in a rinky-dink Mickey Mouse way, so I'm taking it back off of you. And then you're gonna have these banger matches between Williams and Carmelo
that are going to lead right up to they got months that they can spread that out. Don't rush that.
These two.
Do
not you agree? Do you think this is the whoop that Trick is finally going to have some gold that's not NXT gold?
I'm Trick all the way on this one. I don't think Sammy doesn't need it. Trick and
no.
It's just going to lead another rocket strap for Trick there. But it's going to what a match that's going to be. That's going to be insane.
It's going to be really good. I think this is going to be a sleeper hit for probably the whole weekend. Yeah. Which has happened a couple of times because last year the Jacob Fatu versus why can't I remember his Solo Sikoa for the United States Championship. That was one of the sleeper matches of last year as well. So the United States Championship for a couple years in a row now has had this match where like there's not a lot of coverage for it. We're looking at it like that could be something really good.
A workhorse championship, baby.
Yep.
Yeah.
From workhorses to jackasses, and one of the best heels in the company, Finn Balor, bringing back the Demon.
Let's go.
To take on Dominic Mysterio, and what I think is either going to be really good or really bad. There's going to be no in the middle with this one.
Did you see someone made a post because he did the interview with Cody. He was like, I smoke weed before I work out at home. And someone like made the Demon, but it's all like all black with like weed leaves on his eyebrows.
I did see that.
I didn't see that part. I've seen the clip that he said, I smoke weed before I work out.
Cody almost spit his drink out.
Because like that's the worst thing that's been said on that podcast.
Yeah. Man, this is kind of a weird one. I don't know.
Right?
It's like
because there's a couple ways that this could be done, I guess. You could either, the way I hope it happens is you have Finn Balor come out and the Demon is like deadpan serious. There's no crowd pandering. It is the Demon comes out and he's there like as the NXT Demon. It's all serious business. He's there to hurt somebody. Like because he's going to be the face.
Yeah,
like everybody hates
and Dom
so
plays that cowardly heel when he needs to so well. So when the demon comes out, the visuals that Dom will give for that's the whole story right there.
But then the question is, how do you make this not just be a Dominic squash match? Like Dom gets squashed by the demon, because I don't think you can do that. They have too much stock in Dom. But I also don't think that you can have Dominic go over Finn Balor as the demon coming back for the first time in forever. I think Finn's got to win this.
Yeah, but Finn winning doesn't mean that Dom is squashed. Like a loss doesn't mean a squash. We've lost more in 1 year than we did. I think I've maybe won like 2 matches in 1 year before. It's how it's how you do it. You can lose and still be elevated.
I agree. I just worry that where this is on the card, that's I think the big thing where is going to decide how much time this gets, because depending on how much time this gets is how good Dom's going to look versus how bad Dom is going to look, because I think Finn wins.
Yeah, we don't
are
know
going to get some of that cowardly. Yeah, you're going to get some of that cowardly running away from Finn. But eventually, I think, they're going to have a competitive match, but Finn is going to come out on top. But if it's only 7 minutes, it's not going to look that good. So I think you need to give these guys some time and let them pace it out and have a lot of that heel work and have Dom pull out every Eddie Guerrero spot there is to try to get the demon.
That's what these things that I don't think of. There's like certain little tiny things that I don't think about like that. Like
that's what I'm here for, boys. That's what I'm here for. But that's what I want to see. I want to see like a good 15-minute match, 20-minute match where you've got Balor answering absolutely, because what a story that would tell for the relationship too, right? Like I taught you everything you know, but I haven't taught you everything that I know.
Exactly.
Kind of thing. And it's just the demon coming out and being a completely different beast to deal with than the average, Finn Balor. And Dom tries the boots and he tries the fake chair and he tries, to take his AAA belt and use that, and it doesn't work, and it just every time cut off until finally, coup de grace, he gets his comeuppance, but in a really competitive match. That's what we hope I see.
I just, why did they have to announce it? Like, why couldn't they just have the pop of people at WrestleMania as soon as like the demon stuff started happening?
Son, there ain't no seats being sold, Daddy. WrestleMania don't got that many seats sold.
I love Finn Balor and I love the demon, but I don't think that is gonna put more asses in seats in that regard. You know what I mean? I don't think that is gonna be like, oh my God, it's a demon. Now I have to go. If you were on the fence,
last time they did the same thing with the Bray Wyatt when they brought the Fiend, when they brought the demon back.
That up, man.
They did the whole bit backstage where Finn Balor looks directly into the camera and is like, Bray Wyatt has his demons. Well, I've got my demons too. And then he walks away, and it's the big ooh. And I get it. Do you want people to tune in to see the demon, but at the same time, how good of a surprise would that be? They do this whole build up to Mania, and the demon isn't even mentioned once, and then all of a sudden the night of
crawls out through the smoke
and everything goes dark. Yeah, it would be sick.
And I know they had to create the demon because the stuff that he did on Indies he can't do on international TV because of like rights and everything, because he used to do like the things that he did was amazing. I think the demon's awesome. I think it could be better.
I think we see a different version of the demon on Sunday than we ever seen.
Fucking hope so.
I don't think we see like the comic booky, like cartoony kind of face paint demon. I want to see him come out with just looks like blood all over him or something.
I don't mind the spray paint style stuff or like the airbrush stuff. Love that. It's just like for me the headpiece.
The belts. The headpiece made of belts always throws me off.
Yeah, it just looks like there's something. I don't know. I just feel like a lot of that wasn't Finn that had his hand in that creative visual side of it. The airbrush thing, I think 100% did because he had his own guy. His own guy come in for that, and I think that's why he had his own guy come in for that, because he knew he could be very
picky
particular with that, and give off good visuals there because
And I was talking to a friend of mine, and that's what we both said, that now that there is a little bit more maybe creative wiggle room
Yeah.
On Finn's side, we get a version of the Demon we've never seen before. But Connors, I'm going to throw it to you. I'm picking Finn Balor.
I'm going with
Dominic
420 Finn Balor.
420 Finn Balor, the RVD training school.
So I'm going Finn as well. As much as I don't think it's going to happen, I 100% think that it's going to be Dom.
You think it's going to be Dom? Yeah. Wow, okay. And listen, I am not upset with that at all. I love Dominic Mysterio. I think Dominic Mysterio has like top heel in the company Randy Orton energy eventually.
Yeah.
Like he's got that. People hate him so much now, and he really hasn't been around that long, that as soon as he gets a microphone in his hand, the boos are deafening. Yeah. It's crazy energy. So I would not be upset to see Dom win for Dom. I would be very upset for Finn Balor. And that brings us to the main event, where it's all on the table. There's been weird promos about being jealous of one another and all in the feels like there was this week on Raw. And there's been promos about dead dads that everybody got really upset about. CM Punk and Roman Reigns.
Man. I could just watch them both talk all day. I could just They're the only part of Raw that I tune in for, because it's the only encapsulating thing that is going.
Oh man.
This has a lot behind it, not just in storyline terms, but in terms of where TKO sees themselves going. Because I will be irate if Roman Reigns wins this match. I will be irate.
I don't think.
Interesting. Why is that?
Because I think you right now have all of this going for the CM Punk storyline. You bring him back. Reigns can't be the only one that has a title reign that goes not that long. I'm not saying CM Punk needs to be the champion for 3 years. No. But there hasn't been a champion that they've kind of built up the same way that they built up Roman Reigns since he lost it. And the belt, the more you hot potato it, the more it kind of like, it devalues it a bit. I don't know which championship I would tell you means the most right now. I would say probably the undisputed WWE championship, because Cody Rhodes has put that pedigree on it and like has kind of been hovering around it for so long. And I think CM Punk is really good at it. He still kind of just got it. Not just got it, but in terms of the storylines I told before, he just got it. And to immediately put it back on Reigns to me is crazy. And what a crowning moment for Punk, who is here full time. And that's the whole basis of the promos. I'm here full time. You're here whenever you want to, and you only showed up when you wanted to when you were champion.
And last Mania, Punk wasn't even on the card, was he? Or did he lose?
Punk.
No, he had his main event. Yeah. He lost. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, Punk lost his main event.
Yeah, so this is his time.
There's just I would be shocked.
You'll get a message in the group chat if it happens that if he loses. I'll just be like, what? Well,
we're going live now.
I love Reigns. Reigns is amazing. He's his evolution from suffering succotash to a 4-year, 1,000-day champion leading the bloodline. Probably the storyline that brought WWE back to the relevance that it is now. You can't overstate his hand and all that, but it's just not the time. It's not the time now.
I agree.
Yep.
Punk. Are we all going Punk with this?
Yeah. I obviously I am.
Connors, Punk?
All the way.
All going Punk. So that is it. That is 2 nights of WrestleMania, and that took us an hour and 15 minutes just to go through the card. So imagine how much wrestling that we're all going to get to see this weekend when we watch it for like combined total of 18 hours when you include the indie
like
stuff
you said, I'm not
online.
watching VIP night 1 and then on the night of I'll watch that the next day. Like when I get
I think night 2 is most definitely, which has been the case every year they've had 2 nights of Mania. Night 2 feels like WrestleMania,
the main card.
And night one feels like the best of the rest, except for the main event.
Yeah,
they didn't want to put like Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton can't open up the show that ends with Punk and Reigns, so they basically have a whole night. They have a whole night of people opening up for them, and then here's Randy Cody, and then night two is like banger after banger after banger.
Yeah, yeah, it does suck that there's so much wrestling 2 nights in a row, and it's just we need to. I'm gonna time how much wrestling
there is.
Yeah, and I'll even include the entrances just for fucking because at WrestleMania they're important. Their entrance is important no matter what. We talked about that last week.
Yeah.
But WrestleMania, I'll do a curtain to bell as soon as the match is done. Yeah. And then I'll calculate it all together because I'm very curious because
I am as well because there's, like I said, there's 2 or 3 matches here where how good it's going to be I think very much depends upon the time that they are given.
Yeah, and you have so much time. Like so much time. Please don't fill it all with just if it's all entertaining and I'm at the end of the night I'm laughing or I'm engaged. Okay, cool. But I want to see a lot of wrestling. Like I said, that's why there's a huge I wish I was down there this week just to compete and power slap and stuff like that. But it would have been a really cool thing to experience all that type of wrestling. Not WrestleMania because I wouldn't be able to afford that, but to go to all the indie stuff that was happening.
Yeah. It's crazy to think that you could buy a ticket to literally, and I have not looked this up. This is just what I'm assuming is the truth. You could buy a ticket to probably every single major indie event that's going on in Vegas, and you wouldn't even be at half or a quarter.
Yeah. Oh God, no!
Mania ticket. You could buy a ticket to like WrestleFest. You could buy a bunch of stuff. You could probably do a whole trip to Vegas, do a Mania weekend that's just indie based, and still be like thousands of dollars less than what you would spend if you were going to try to be inside of WrestleMania. And I hope this is a lesson to them because it seems like it is. You can tell there was times to end this all off. You can very much tell in the build up for all of this. There have been times where TKO has kind of gone, okay, and understands that there is just certain things that you can't do with wrestling that you can do with the UFC. There is a family oriented space here. Like people want to go to these events and they want to bring their 2 kids because that's, who you're trying to ingratiate yourself to in the end anyway. You want that next generation, right? Yep. And I will not say a lot of very good things about Vince McMahon on this podcast, but that's one thing I will say that apparently he was very firmly rooted in keeping the prices low because he understood, at least from a business sense, that families are your bread and butter. You can fill 6 seats if you you know what I mean? You can fill 6 seats if you want to get the whole family involved for $100 a ticket.
Yeah.
You can't price out the average fan and expect to have full arenas.
Yeah, because it doesn't work like that because I know people who I have friends in Toronto who have gone to Manias in a row who have said no, I went to 3 or 4 Manias in a row, but I can't go because me and my 6 buddies, you got 6 people that want to sit next to each other in one of those expensive sections. You're looking at legitimately $5,000 to $10,000 worth of seats, and that is totally bizarre for anything. There's no show on earth I'm paying that much money to see.
No, and it's crazy when they sign all these streaming deals and they got all this money, and they're like, oh well, let's get more money, and you're like.
Greed starts to
now they got Club WWE.
Yeah, let's see where that fucking goes.
Yeah.
And it's like when we took over the company, we dropped our VIP and our GA prices by $5.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Not that this, but we looked at it and we're like, man, this is just. And as soon as we announced the first show, I got messages from fans going, "Thank you." Yeah. You know what I mean?
It's a crazy world right now. I don't know whoever's listening to this, wherever you are, but gas is almost $2 where we're sitting right now. Just driving to and from shows is $50 right now. Stuff is expensive. Yeah, stuff's expensive. So for them to be in the States, which things are volatilely worse down there for affordability right now, for them to be looking at people and saying before the price drop, $1,000 is the barrier for entry is crazy. It's nuts.
It's not. I just can't fathom it.
Yeah, can't fathom it either. What I can fathom, however, we're going to segue. You see that? You see that? That's how you segue, everybody. What I can fathom is that next week we are going to have our first guest on the pod. Finally.
Yes, finally.
We are going to get the North Pro champion, Rudy Lockhart.
Yay!
Yeah, we're going to queue up the Clash. We're going to get Rudy on here, and we are going to talk all things wrestling. I'm sure we're going to talk about, some WrestleMania reactions, but I really want to get into his time in the New Japan dojo down in LA. We're going to talk about his journey back up to North Pro, what it's like being the face of this company, which you can see for a much lower price than WrestleMania, as we've just gone over. And we're going to be talking all kinds of fun stuff with him, and that is going to be coming up next week. So I sincerely hope everybody has a wonderful WrestleMania weekend for all those who celebrate. Justin, Connors, you guys as well. I know we'll all be watching in the group chat going over whatever happens.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. Well, not on night one. Like I said, I'm not watching VIP live.
No, I'm not watching VIP live either, but we'll get into it, I'm sure, next week.
Unless I hear something
crazy
crazy
on our scores
happen.
as well. We'll have to update the people on how we did with our predictions, because if we start doing this well, maybe we'll get picked up by DraftKings.
Do we get a prize? Should we do something? Who gets what?
Okay. Tell you what, I'll do the math, and because there's a lot of these were the same. Yeah. So we'll get rid of the ones where we all bet the same, and then I'll just take into account the ones where we have different picks, and whoever gets the most, we'll figure out something for the winner. We'll figure out something for the winner, and we'll talk about it on the next show. But until the next show, until next week, I am Lyle Robshaw. That is Justin Newhook. That's Matt Connors. Sabotage they are. I am just Lyle. This has been Sabotage Everything, contributing to the scene. We're going to take it out again with Nothing New by Johnny Deathwish. Happy WrestleMania, everybody.